Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the second commentary track of day two of WWDC. We're just going to wait for a bit for all of our commentators to join in, and then we're just going to start. We've got a really nice group today, four people. So I'm going to start with Sai. Hey, Sai, how's it going?
Hey Jordy, it's good. How
Sai,
are
can
you
you hear us?
doing? Yeah, I think I was on mute.
Hey,
Uh,
pretty good. How are you? Where are you right? Yeah, I think so.
I'm
Where are you
good.
right
Yeah,
now?
thanks for asking. I'm actually in Sacramento, California. So not too far from Cupertino.
So it's a home game for you today.
Kind of, yeah. Really, really close. Yeah, it's sad that we couldn't be there in person, but I feel like this year the virtual events are doing a really good job of
Yeah,
making everything really social.
yeah, I agree. Well, I'm on the other side of the ocean, so I'm going to switch to someone else who's also on this side of the ocean, with this Klaas. Hey, Klaas.
Oh, hey,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
Where
thank
where
you.
where are you where are you calling in from?
Oh, I'm currently calling from the beautiful Herugewaard, which is actually pretty close to you. I think you're in Alkmaar, right?
Yeah, we're both in the Netherlands. We used to work together a few years ago, and we kind of got reconnected again because Klaas is now
Yeah.
made at the new company. So it's quite fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Besides Klaas and Sai, we also have two other really nice speakers. One of them will also be speaking later today, or will be part of the indie get together. It's Malin. Hey, Malin.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Super exciting.
I think my internet is fading out.
Sorry, what
Mhm.
was that?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh,
No, I think my internet was blocked going away, but you're all fine.
yeah. No, I'm super excited. I think I've been working a lot with SwiftUI myself, so today has been really exciting just watching SwiftUI sessions and yeah, so much more that I want to watch. Uh, so
Yeah,
that's
I can
awesome.
imagine. It's very light outside for you. Where are you right now?
Yes, I'm in Vancouver, Canada, so same
Mm.
coast as Apple, so that helps during the
Mm.
conference, I think.
Yeah, that's ideal in these times. I have a lab at like 12:30 tonight, so I'm gonna have a very short night, I think. Um,
Yeah.
and then let's also get the last speaker of today, which is I think also in the same. I should split up the time zones. Hey, Ting.
Hi. Sorry, you totally froze for a little bit, but I assume that you
Oh
asked
yeah,
me how I'm doing. I'm doing
exactly.
great,
I'm so
thank you.
so predictable. Hey, where are you
I'm
calling in
doing
from?
great. I am calling from San Ramon. It's in the East Bay. It's in California, so I'm pretty close to where Sacramento is, where Sci is. Yay,
Yeah.
Cali crew.
All right, so let's get straight into it. First day of sessions. Sai, do you want to kick us off? I saw you were working on some Shazam kit stuff already.
Yeah, so I got started kind of early and I was just playing around. I saw Shazam Kit actually yesterday before all the announcements, before the sessions were released, and I was like, well, this sounds really interesting. And then I was looking at this session. It's a really short session. It's only 15 minutes for just the song recognition portion, but yeah, after like 20 minutes of hacking, I was able to get I should probably introduce what the framework is, but basically it gives you access to Shazam's I guess, song recognition library. So with a few lines of code, you can pass an audio stream and it will detect all of the songs that are being played and it will output the song that it recognized. So it's basically like you can get your own version of Shazam running within a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. And I thought that was really impressive.
That
Yeah,
seems
because I
really
saw.
interesting.
Oh, yeah, because I saw you shared like the little screen recording of it already. Um,
Mhm.
was it harder than you expected, just in general, or?
So the actual like using the framework was really easy. It was only like 3 to 4 lines of code, and I'll share the link to the repository of, like right after this. But I think the hard part for me was just I don't have a lot of experience using the AV kit and AV audio engine framework. So just trying to figure out how do I get an audio stream from the microphone and convert it into the stream that it requires. That took a little bit of Googling, but it wasn't anything really difficult. So once I post the repository, it should be a lot more easier for people to discover.
Nice. So besides the sessions, obviously this week we're also going to get labs, and I know that Malin had one about an hour ago. So Malin, can you tell us a little bit about how that went?
Yeah, so I went to one lab, which was the App Store Business and Marketing Lab. And it was interesting. It was a pretty short lab. I think they vary. Some of them are only 15 minutes. But yeah, I went to some of the labs last year as well. And in general, I think it works really nicely, even if it is all happening remotely. You sort of joining and you get to chat with an engineer or a couple of engineers and people at Apple. And I really enjoyed it. And of course, since it is 15 minutes, I recommend like having a question prepared and also adding that in the form so they know a bit of background of what you're chatting about. I also have some SwiftUI things that I want to book labs in for, and I already filed some radars for that. So if that's something I recommend in general, if you are looking to have a lab, have a sample project or radars can always be helpful just to be able to get through everything that you want to chat with them about.
Yeah, because do any of the other ones get how are you planning to approach this week?
Wait, sorry, I think you froze for a second, but
Oh yeah, it's going to be happening more, so get used to it. No, I was just curious. How are you all approaching this week in terms of labs? Do any of you have one besides Malin have labs planned, for example?
yeah, no, not yet. I still need to kind of experiment, I guess, with all of the new things that have been introduced. One of the things that I'm really curious about is the new improvements with app clips, because like at Coolblue, we recently introduced an app clip. So that's we're still kind of figuring that out and seeing if we can maybe improve it a bit with all the new features that they introduced. So I might join one of those in the next week.
Yeah, because Malin, you
Yeah,
said
I
oh, sorry, go on.
no, I just want to say I really recommend that you do attend the labs. I think I've been fortunate to be to WWDC in person, and I think the first time I was there, I was a bit nervous going up talking to people at Apple. But I think once you actually like get through the first question, you warm up a bit, and I think you get so much value from chatting with someone who has worked on the thing that you're using every day. And everyone who works at Apple have always been super excited just to talk to you because they of course want you to use their tools in the best way and also get an understanding of what they have been building, and they're just happy to share what they've been up to. So I think it's a great opportunity to just get to chat to those people and get those questions answered.
Yeah, because it's really one of the things that only is possible in this week. Like you can watch the
Hmm.
sessions the entire year, you can do the code challenges as many times as you want, but having the opportunity to talk to people who build the APIs that you're going to be working with, or maybe that your entire product relies on, you can only do that like in this week. And like Malin was saying, sometimes you only have 15 minutes, might feel a bit rushed, but you can also book multiple sessions with the
Mm.
same team. I explicitly asked that earlier, and they said, yeah, sure. Like, just type in your question in a thorough way, and then we'll just have a look if we should prioritize it. But some of the labs won't have as many attendees as you might think. If you go to the SwiftUI ones, they might be more busy, but if you're working with something more niche, it will be a lot quieter. Um, so Ting, I know you were on vacation until yesterday, so you got right from relaxing straight into the WWDC madness.
Yeah.
How are you doing that this week? How are you approaching that?
I'm actually looking through like all the videos that's going to be available, and I'm taking notes on what I want to, I guess, watch this week because there's no way I'm going to watch everything. So I want to watch the things that I'm actually interested or more interested. I'm interested in everything, but I want to watch the things that I'm more interested in. But yeah, so I was watching a couple videos earlier, and this one that caught my eye, and it's called Bring Accessibility to Charts in Your App. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
funny
yeah.
because I only recently started working with accessibility because of work. and I actually did a little accessibility audit on my own phone's apps, and one of them was Robinhood, and I remember I was stuck on like the main screen for like 10 minutes. I was trying to like navigate away from the main screen. I just could not figure it out. And also I did notice that it wasn't able to read any of the charts, which makes sense because I mean,
Yeah, it's a chart.
yeah, it's a chart exactly. Thank you. But this is really cool because it's basically like it will sonify the data output in like a sound. So depending on like how high and low the chart is, it would make the sound like higher or lower. I just thought that was super cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna search
That made me really
for the tweet.
happy.
It was really nice. Let me search for the tweet while you continue talking.
Do it. But yeah, I thought that was super cool. And then I think I watched another video on what is it called? Xcode Cloud. I thought it was really interesting. I need to watch a couple more times because it's a lot of information and my brain's not big enough. But I thought that was really cool. I think it's going to be a paid service, right? If I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be a
like
paid
how
service.
Yeah, I like how everything is together, like the PR stuff. You can see all your bills, you can see like comments from other people. Um, yeah, I think it will make a lot of things much more convenient.
How much would you pay for a service like that right now if you use something like Bitrise? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I mean, I know like my job probably pays a lot for different things that we use, but like personally, I'm probably not a great person to answer this question because I have one app that's not in the App Store and I don't use any of that. So
Well, I
Yeah,
know.
even sorry,
Sorry, go
Jordy,
on.
go ahead.
No, go on, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say even I'm really new to like the whole cloud scene, and my guess as to pricing was that it might be $50, 50 like USD dollars, because I don't see them making it more than the annual developer account cost,
that makes
but
sense.
I feel like it might just be an add-on, yeah.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
I
Klaas,
think I can imagine it.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can imagine it being potentially also different for different team sizes. I know that Bodybuild in the past, which is a CI system that Apple acquired, there was something that was based on the time, the time that you spent, I believe. Sorry, no, the amount of builds that you were building rather than amount of time. And like I think you could pay for it to get like faster access or higher priority in the queue. But it did also have a free plan. So I'm curious to see if there might be like something that is a free tier for people who are individual developers. So that would be really, really, I would be really happy if that happens. You can also sign up already to be enrolled in like the beta program on the
Yeah,
website.
I
Oh
signed
yeah, I
up. I
signed up.
haven't gotten
I
anything.
signed
I
up as
haven't
well.
gotten an email yet.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah, we sign up. I sign up as well. Really
I
excited
actually
to
found
see what it is.
the tweet that shows the sound
GameStop Court.
sound charts. Can you hear the
Oh, yeah.
sound for this as well?
Report January
Yeah.
22nd,
Oh,
January 22nd, 2021. Describe chart. Summarize numerical data. Describe data series.
Whoa.
Play audio graph.
Now it's gonna play the sound, I think.
oh my god, that's great.
Ow.
You can like hear the graph
Complete.
making money for you.
Right?
Or
I love it.
you can hear it slowly go down. That
Yeah.
might be the more
Like
common
crypto?
scenario.
So you get like progressively more depressed. Like,
Yeah.
It's like that
Klaas,
one Silicon Valley episode where I think like if you've seen the show like
Guilfoyle.
Guilfoyle, he had
the dong.
this sound that plays every time Bitcoin went below a certain
Oh
value.
my god, I
And so
love
it's kind
that.
of like that with the sounds just going up and down.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. Hey, so
Do you
Klaas,
know
you
if you
work
could
at
customize?
oh,
Oh, sorry, you go. I don't want to
no, it's fine.
interrupt.
So, Klaas, you work at a company that has quite a large team. So you probably use continuous integration and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think you see your team adopting this, or are you using something now that is used across both teams? Or
Yeah, no, definitely. So right now we're using Bitrise, which I think is pretty commonly used. It's nice because it's like cross-platform and stuff. But the big drawback with that is like it's all like virtual machines, and it's not the fastest. So we were actually already thinking of like getting a dedicated Mac server or something. But now that we see this like Xcode Cloud, that's like a whole new thing. Like just the way it looks, like the integration with Xcode, could be a real seller for us just because it's so much more intuitive for iOS developers, I guess. So yeah, if the pricing is right and if it works nicely, then we might just switch.
yeah, curious to see where it's going. So besides WWDC events by Apple, we also have other events organized by the community, and one of them is the one that Malin is organizing tonight. Malin, can you tell a little bit more about what we can expect tonight?
Yeah, sure. I'm really excited about it. So it's an indie dev group get together. So we're gonna have a panel discussion with myself, Kai, who has been working on Orbit together with me, which is our app, and then we have three amazing indie developer speakers joining the panel as well. It's Christian Silic, who works on the Apollo client for Reddit, and then it's Vidit Bhargava, who is working on Lookup, which is an English language dictionary. He has some really nice designs throughout the app. It's a really cool app. And Chris Vasili, who is working on a Japanese language learning and dictionary app as well, which again is very intuitive and a really cool app. And I'm super excited just to chat in general about indie development. And I think as indie developers, you always have like there's a lot of things that you're working on, not just the development side. So we're gonna talk a bit about like how people prioritize different tasks for their apps, but also how this week is sort of impacting everyone and how everyone goes about like adopting new features versus continue working on their products and those type of things. So it's going to be really fun. So it starts out with a panel discussion, and then we will break up into a general sort of conversation and just chat with where all attendees can continue chatting with one another.
Cool. Yeah. So if people want to watch that, they should just go to wwdc.community, I imagine.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You can
So,
RSVP there, and then there will be a link there half an hour before the event starts, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
I just RSVP'd for it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you go to the WWDC community site, there's a whole list of events that are going on throughout the week. Some things are during the day, during the night. It's across all the different time zones, so there's definitely something for you as well. I see that 134 people are attending tonight. No pressure, Malin.
Yeah.
That should be really nice.
Yeah,
and
it's exciting.
later tonight as well, or like after midnight for most people. Well, at least for Klaas and me. The rest of you might still be able to attend. There's also an open mic night where you'll be able to just talk about your app, and you can talk about whatever you want to do. And there's also a Women in Swift meetup that starts in about like 10 hours or so. All right. So, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to in the rest of the week? Maybe Sai, you can start.
Yeah, so I'd say a lot of Swift UI improvements. I saw a lot of sessions regarding Swift UI and even some of the lower level APIs. There's a new session called What's New in Foundation, and I've heard a lot of people on Twitter and on Discord just talking about how it's a great session. So I might give that a watch later today. I'm really looking forward to the digital lounges actually. They've been hosting these like watch parties together where everyone watches the session at the same time. It's on the Slack, and it's really cool. It's like another great way to socialize with other developers. But yeah, I still have to explore and see what's in store for the rest of the week.
What about you, Ting?
I think I signed up for the digital lounge thing. I don't completely know what it is yet, but it sounds really interesting. So I'm glad you brought
You're
it
not the
up.
only one. Yeah, I also had trouble
Yeah, I got a
understanding what it
Slack
was.
invite.
So you're basically watching different videos with a bunch of other people?
Yeah, it's kind
It's like
of.
a
I
watch
mean,
party?
it's almost. it's a watch party, and it's basically like a big Slack group chat, and you're pretty much just talking with other developers in there while watching it together. But there's also a help desk, so if you have any questions, you can either ask the help desk, or you can even actually, I think, talk to the people who made the APIs that they are showcasing in the sessions.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
So
cool.
yeah, I
I'm
think
excited.
yeah, so I'm
yeah, so
sharing
like
my screen now. So basically, what I saw is there's a lounge and a study hall for every like main area. So in the
Mm-hmm.
lounge, you have the option to ask questions, and in the study hall, there's also the option to talk about the different challenges that they announced this whole week. And for example, earlier on, what I was just talking about, there was this watch together thing where because not you cannot like comment the entire time, obviously for like curation purposes,
Yeah.
and it's being a bit laggy. So at some point there was like a message from someone from Apple, like, "All right, this is the common thread for talking about this specific session," and then people were just working on the different projects and just giving each other feedback. And this is one of the challenges that someone made. Um, so it's a really nice, supportive community from what I saw so far. I'm not going to use that. Um, but it was to me a bit confusing as well, like what to expect when you go there. I'm not sure if Slack is the best
Wow.
environment for doing a watch party
yeah,
in,
I
well,
agree.
for doing a watch party in one of the comment threads. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh well, I'm excited. Sounds fun.
Mhm.
But
and Malin, so you're working on your own app, Orbit. Are there any major things for Orbit that you see now in this WWDC that you're definitely going to implement or definitely going
Uh,
to look for the rest of the week?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been sort of in SwiftUI for a long time now, and like I know that there are features that are missing, like a search bar, for example. I know it sounds like an obvious thing, but it hasn't been there in the past, and there are also some
You
things
had to
where you
make it
had
all
to move
yourself.
over to
Yeah.
UI. Yeah, or you had to bridge over to UI kit for certain things, and it's just those new things I just wanna start using. And a sync image, I don't know if people saw that. It's like a way
Hmm.
for you to synchronously retrieve an image, and you have a placeholder in between while you're loading that image. That's something I think is super exciting as well. And all those things that are like, I really appreciate that there are both new features we're missing. We got things like pull to refresh, and things that are just like really helping you to make a great app. But then there are also some of the bugs that I've seen in the past have been fixed. And it's awesome to see that Apple has continued working on this so much. And we also see certain things for I both have an iOS app and a macOS app, and they have made macOS specific features, like the multi-column list, for example, and a lot of changes to lists in general. So I'm definitely gonna use that. Um, and another thing I think I just want to highlight, which I think is exciting, is like all the changes to text. How you can have like a copyable
Yeah,
text, you can have markdown in a text. It's really cool.
yeah, and the way they make it super easy as well. Like, okay, they could have gone a really complex way, but it's basically just put your text in a text view, and
Yeah,
if you don't add anything special, they'll just automatically convert it into Markdown. And the same goes for formatting. You can really easily format your dates now by just doing
exactly.
like a
Yeah.
modifier on date. Um, Unfortunately, some of the bugs that were in the previous versions are still in iOS 15, so be sure to file some feedback
You gotta
reports
go
for
to
that as
those
well.
labs. Yeah.
Yeah. Last but not least, Klaas, what are you going to look forward to the rest of the week? Are you watching it together with your team, for example, or how are you watching it at your company?
Yeah, so we kind of made a schedule. Like someone scraped the whole website of WWDC, and we made like a schedule for everyone to watch like the stuff that's interesting to us. For me personally, I'm really interested in like the async await stuff that's new in Swift. I just spent like half a year following this Ray Wenderlich course, learning Combine, but I'm kind of feeling like that's useless now. Like I'm not really sure. I haven't seen a lot of Combine courses anymore, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna
oh.
at least partially replace that with async await. So I guess it's gonna be another Ray Wenderlich course for me. But maybe I can already kind of get a head start here, learn some of the basics.
Yeah, one of the commentators for tomorrow morning is Karen. I forgot her last name, but she makes a lot of really nice YouTube tutorials, and also about Combine. And she was also a bit sad that there was no new stuff for Combine, because she was worried that people would start thinking that Apple kind of gave up on Combine, whereas she thinks that it's more that Combine had to be super good from the start because it powers a lot of Swift UI. So it's not necessarily something that they have to change a lot for. And she was also saying that async await doesn't necessarily fix all of the things, or replaces all of the things in Combine. So um, yeah, I have no clue how Combine works, so don't take any of my opinions on this series. But to me, it just seems like it solves two different things. And the
Yeah.
async await presentation from today was supposed to be really nice as well, with really clear examples. So tomorrow there's also going to be a session where they take an existing app and they basically replace all of the asynchronous code in there. So completions, for example, you can all like make async now. So um, I think that's one of those things where you have to see it in practice to really understand how valuable it is and how you can use it in your apps. But yeah, it should be really nice. Yeah, so I think we're gonna like slowly wrap it up. Is there anything you wanna shout out or say before we end it for today? All right, then I will
Well,
just I will
maybe,
just end
maybe.
it.
Thanks for hosting, Jordi.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should say
happy
thank you to
Dub
you.
Dub.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hosting.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so we're gonna have these for the next 3 days as well. So for anyone watching, if you also want to join, there's still some spots here and there. So just send me a message or contact. Oh, actually, someone is joining. Adrian Tino. Adrian, you can join tomorrow because we're ending this one now. But yeah, thanks everyone. Malin, thank you, and good luck with the indie get together. I think it's going to be a great success. So you probably don't need the luck for that. Uh,
Thank
Ting,
you.
good luck as well. Can you let us know how easy it is to make those charts accessible, and maybe share some code examples, and let us all know how we can make those funny noises when our crypto stocks go up and down.
Sure.
Um,
Sounds good.
Sai, I will also see you in a few days because you're also doing another commentary track later in the week.
Mhm.
Same goes for Klaas, I think, on Friday. So yeah, thanks to the both of you. Sai, definitely share that code example for the Shazam kit, and Klaas, say
For
hi to
sure, yeah.
Matthieu for me if you speak to him earlier than I do.
Will do.
Um, all right, thanks everybody.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.